Hey guys, Tony Maritato here, licensed physical therapist, and recently somebody in the Facebook group, Medicare Billing for Mostly Cash-Based PTO-TSLP, had asked about finding resources published by either Medicare or their local MAC specifically. So LCDs, which are local coverage determination, other policies and decisions. I'm going to show you where to find that specifically for your MAC. So let me share my screen. If you go to your MAC website, if I go to CGS Medicare, for example, and we'll do this for other ones too, I'll click on Part B. Over here on the left-hand side of the screen, you can see that we have LCDs and medical policies. So I can go through and search through this. Let's say, for example, Control F to find. I type in therapy. We've got 10 references to the word therapy. Here's outpatient physical and occupational therapy, L34049. And what would happen is if I open that link, it'll take me out. I accept the terms. This is from cms.gov. Now, this right here says superseded. That means that there's a newer version. So if I click on public versions, I can come here and I can see currently in effect as of May 2022. So I'm going to click to view that one. And this is the one that I want to use as my reference for finding answers to questions specific for CGS. Because different MACs will have different policies and different language within those policies. So this is, it's going to give me a lot of information. Certainly not going to answer every question, but I can get a ton of information from within this document. For example, information about medical necessity, how they define skilled therapy. One of the things that I always like to do is if I go Control F and I say therapeutic exercise, and I'm looking, we've got 19 references. As I come down here, CGS in particular, right here, I don't know how well you guys can see that on your screen, but it tells me for specifically for therapeutic exercise, I can expect 12 to 18 visits, right? The home program may be carried out through community resources. Documentation must clearly support the need for continued therapeutic exercise greater than 12 to 18 visits. For patients that are passive exercise only, they should not be receiving more than 2 to 4 units unless there's extenuating circumstances like unhealed fracture, new rotator cuff repair. But mind you, passive range of motion is not manual therapy. Passive range of motion for an acute post-op rotator cuff repair is therapeutic exercise. So like these are the things that we want to find. If I look at neuromuscular re-education, I scroll down, again, they're going to give me some numbers, 12 to 18 visits. Other MACs with similar LCDs do not provide that same kind of information. So if I wanted to go to, let's say, Novitas. So Novitas Solutions, I'm going to try and go to their homepage. And you can see here, let's say you're a therapist in Texas. So I'm going to click on this one. We're set up as Part B. If I scroll down, medical policies, LCDs, I can click find an LCD or an article. And we've got a couple options for, search tools. And this gives us some great information about it. I don't use this one a lot, so I'm going to go back a second. But I do want a medical policy search tool, list of all active LCDs, including articles, response comments. So I just clicked on that. And then again, if I type in therapy, because I'm never totally sure, this one says therapy and rehabilitation services. My CGS MAC used the term outpatient physical therapy and occupational therapy services. So each MAC's going to use a little bit of a different language. I'm going to open the LCD in a new tab. And what we can see here is this one, again, therapy and rehabilitation services. If I go Control F, there's only, let me see, therapeutic exercise. Let's jump through, see if we can get to the headline here. So compare these two MACs. This one gives me barely like one and a half paragraphs, where the CGS for therapeutic exercise gives me this huge block of text plus supportive documentation. It gives me number of visit range, whereas Novitas Solutions does not. So you really want to have these things effectively on speed dial. So you know exactly where these are. You pull quotes, you pull out of this when you're making your policies and procedures, your SOP, standard operating policy or procedure. This is where the information needs to come from. So guys, I'll put some of these links in the description of this video. If you have more questions about finding these resources, absolutely let me know. Otherwise, subscribe to the channel so you support us, and I will catch you on the next video.